Hi everyone, welcome back to Beyond Studio Pilates. My name's Hannah and today I want to take you through an advanced mat work session. This is going to look at strengthening your core and your legs. Let's get going. I'm going to do dart. So this is really good for your upper back. So you're coming onto your front feet are just laying on the floor out behind. You need a little cushion for under that forehead. Palms are facing up next to your body. Next, check in with your core. So are your ribs in line with your hips, or have you jutted them forward? Is your belly relaxed into the floor? Think about that belt, bring that belt back in. Pelvic floor on as well. Holding it here, arms are out to your side. Holding it here for an inhale. Then you're going to exhale. Slide your shoulder blades down your back. Bring your head, neck and shoulders off the floor and turn your palms in so they're facing your body. Make sure that you don't bring your head up, so think about having a nice long neck, keeping your eye line down at the floor. Take an inhale and then exhale slowly back to the mat, holding it here for an inhale and exhale, coming back up, holding it here for an inhale and exhale, slowly back to the floor. Two more like this, so inhale, exhale, final one here. Okay, so we're going to make it a little bit harder now. So we're going to bring our arms out to the side and add in a pulse. If you're not quite ready for that and doesn't feel quite right, or you're finding it really hard to keep hold of your core and you're getting any discomfort in that lower back, then just stick with the dart that we just did. So stick with your option one, your basic dart. So prep, core engaged, rib to hip connection, pelvic floor on, shoulder blades back and down, taking an inhale and then exhale, coming up, arms come to your sides. Then we're going to inhale again, bring those arms forward and then just breathing naturally as we do 5 little raises. And then you're going to bring your palms back to your sides and lower to the floor. So inhaling at the bottom, exhale, inhale back out to the sides and then breathing naturally as you raise for 5. And then palms back to your body, take an inhale, exhale, back to the floor. We're going to do 3 more like this. Remember, if it's too much at any point, just go back to the first option. So final 2, so up, palms in. Stretch those arms out to the side and then 5 little raises. 2, 1, palms back to your sides and then slowly lower. Final one here, belly button to spine, rib to hip connection, arms out to the side. And then back to your sides and back in to the middle. From here, you're going to bring your right arm, your swan dive position, so elbow is in front of your shoulder. Your left hand is coming next to your left shoulder. You're going to pick up your left foot so it's pointing at the ceiling. And then you're going to take your left foot over to the right hand side of your body. Take that stretch through your right shoulder, holding it there, just breathing into that stretch. And bring that leg back, changing arms, so left arm comes into swan dive, right arm comes next to your right shoulder, left foot back on the floor, right foot up, then take your right foot over to the left hand side of your body, look to the right, hold it there. Then bringing that leg back to the middle, hands under your shoulders, pushing yourself back into your wide kneed child's pose. Stretch those shoulder blades down your back, holding it here for an inhale and exhale, and then walking your hands around to the left hand side, taking that stretch to the right hand side of your back. And walk your hands back to the middle and around to the right hand side, taking that stretch to the left hand side of your back. And then coming back to the middle, and from here we're going to come onto our left hand side. I'm going to do a little circle series. So you're coming onto your left hand side. First thing we need to think about is our setup. So feet should be just in front of you. Remember, think about if you were standing, would you be able to stand up straight? Ribs in line with your hips, pelvic floor engaged, little gap remains under that low side. Top hand can come in front for some support. I'm going to lift that top leg to hip height, and then we're starting with a little circle. And reverse. Then we're going to create a bigger circle. So as you create a big circle, check that your hips aren't rolling around. Think rib to hip connection. Make sure that everything stays nice and still, just your leg is doing the movement, and your circle is just about the size of a football or slightly bigger. And reverse. Mine is definitely bigger than a football. 2, 1. And then holding that leg there, flexed foot, going to lift and lower. Now as you do that, check in with your hips again. Make sure you're not pushing yourself into the mat. Keep that little gap underneath you. Rib to hip connection, pelvic floor on. 2 more to go. And 1. Then holding it here, we're coming back to little circles. Now we're going to do 3 sets, but if 3 sets is too much, take out the 3rd set, or just reduce the number. So we're doing 5 of everything, reverse your circle. But if you need to, just do 3 of everything. Then big circles. Doing really well. You should really feel this in those glutes. 1, and reverse. Pelvic floor engaged, rib to hip connection. And 1. Holding that leg there, core engaged, and lift. Hold it there. Final set. Here we go. Doing really well. Little circles. Belly button to spine, pelvic floor on, and reverse. 1, and big circles. And reverse. We're nearly there. Keep it up. You're doing so well. 3, 2, final 1, and raises, core engaged. Keep those hips really still. 3, 2, 1. Hold that leg there, then slowly lowering it back down. So you're coming onto your right hand side. Making sure that you're in alignment. So remember, feet in front of you, rib tip connection, little gap under that side, pelvic floor on, holding it here, lifting that top leg to hip height, and we're starting with a little circle for 5. Then reverse. Then a big circle. So make sure your circle finishes and ends at hip height. You're not bringing your foot down any lower. Remember, your hips are staying nice and still, trunk nice and stable. Final one in this direction, and reverse. So bigger than a football, not so big that you're losing control of your hips. 2 and 1, and then holding it here, 5 raises. As you raise, make sure you're not pushing yourself into the mat. 2, 1, holding it here, back to circles, little circles. 2, 1, and reverse. And then bigger circles, keeping your chin lifted, pelvic floor engaged. Final one. And then taking it in the other direction. And then raises, core engaged, pelvic floor on. 2 and 1, holding it here, final set. Remember, you can reduce the number if you need to. 2, 1, and reverse. You really start to feel this in those glutes. 2, 1, and big circles. And reverse. Doing really well, we're nearly there. 2, 1, and hold it there. And raises. Make sure you're not pushing yourself into the mat. Core engaged, pelvic floor on. 3, 2, and 1. Hold that leg there, then slowly lowering it. Thanks for joining my advanced mat work session today. I hope you found it really beneficial. Check out my playlist for other videos you can do from wherever you are, whenever you like, and please hit subscribe if you're enjoying these workouts. Take care, and I'll see you on a mat again very soon. Bye for now.